What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo de Munguia. Un abrazo, carnal.
Greenwood Stock Trading wants to show you how to make money in the stock market. Be a successful investor and make money from anywhere in the world you choose to be. Travel more. Spend more time with friends and family. Or simply just enjoy the freedom to have fun. What are you waiting on? Join us today on your successful options trading journey.
All right, man. Eubank says he will oblige Terrence Crawford and fight him. Also, Jermall Charlo and Munguia apparently have a date. And also Tank. We start off with Tank and Rolly. They are returning to the Barclays Center. All right, May 28th. Showtime pay-per-view. Excuse me. They are returning to the Barclays Center. So, that's something new. So here we go. Al Heyman supposed to have some type of deal with the Barclays Centers, and now boxing returning there. Now, they had that vaccine mandate there, so I don't know how that impacted him not doing fights over there. A lot of the fights have been exclusively on the West Coast: Vegas, LA, Texas, Southwest, and Top Rank got a card in New York City next week. Steve Rose and Edwin Berlanga. And I believe Joe Smith fought there too. I think Joe Smith last fight was possibly in New York City. Hold on. No, it was in Verona, New York. Sorry, stay in New York City. But hold on, let me see real quick. I think that's in upstate New York. Yeah, Verona, New York, at the Turning Stone Resort Casino. Has some really great fights there, man, especially on HBO. So yeah. So you see it, they back. Barclays Centers, Showtime pay-per-view, May 28th. Key fighting guy said Gervonta Davis confirmed Friday night that he'll fight in New York for the first time in more than 4 years. The unbeaten Baltimore native tweeted that he'll return to the ring May 28th in New York. Boxing confirmed thereafter that Tank will face rival Romero in Showtime pay-per-view main event that night at the Barclays Centers. The hard-hitting Davis, who has become boxing's biggest box office draws. One of them hasn't competed in New York since stopping Argentina's Jesus Clayar in the third round of 12-round, 130-pound championship match at the Barclays Center's April 28th. I was there for that one. Boxing.com reported May 5th that Davis Romero will take place June 4th, the original date reserved for Davis Romero, premier boxing champion Mayweather Moses agreed to move up the day 1 week earlier, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. So, and one of the reasons that date moved up is because of the next fight we talk about, Jermall Charlo and Munguia. They're going to be on Showtime pay-per-view in June. So they got a date now. So, I mean, so they had to move that date up as well, too. So I know, he ain't did nothing at the Barclays Centers in a long time, and now here you go. Now, I don't know if their vaccine status is going to matter in New York City or they, they planning on, they planning on that to change pretty soon. But, fights at the Barclays Center. I know that was been an issue behind the scenes with Al Heyman, where, there's rumors that some of the investors mad that he ain't been putting fights on at the Barclays Centers. But here you go. He's back. Tank Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank making their way back to the East Coast. So, I mean, I don't know if it's on the case-by-case thing with the vaccine, but here you go. High, maybe because, in the cold also, it's high risk. Germs grow faster in the cold. People get more sicker in the cold. So I don't know if that's just they ain't want to go over in the cold and get their fighters sick and getting them high risk of catching anything before the fight and canceling. So that might be something as well too. But yeah, it's good to see them back. at the Barclays centers. That's something that I might consider going to. It's in the Barclays Center. It's a quick trip there, but I think it's gonna be entertaining, honestly, bro, because we've already been talking a whole bunch of junk already. So he been on Fight Head running his mouth. He clapped back at Colbert, and you know what I'm saying. So he been running his mouth. So it's gonna be a good fight. Good to see boxing back on the East Coast, coming back in New York. I knew when it heated up, pretty much figured that was gonna be the game plan when boxing heated back up. So I'm pretty sure they was gonna kind of come back and do their thing there. So let's move on. Jermall Charlo, Munguia on June 18th. So it's being reported. This is WBC middleweight champion Jermall Charlo and WBC #1 contender Munguia reportedly a done deal for June 18th. This is an excellent matchup that likely televised on Showtime pay-per-view on the date. Next Tuesday, Charlo Munguia expected to be official announcement for a huge fight. So they're supposed to be announcing the fight next Tuesday, according to Boxing News 24. So I know it was close a couple of days ago. Very, 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 very close. I was told 99.9% close. So they probably closed it that day. I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday. They probably closed it that day. And, now, you get another pay-per-view, 2 weeks after Tank's Memorial Day. So what? 1, 2, 3 weeks after that. So, yeah. 1, 2, yeah. So almost a month later, you get another pay-per-view. I heard it's either going to be in LA or Vegas. Charlo's, I'm going to talk about him later. I forgot. He was originally supposed to fight Caleb Plant next. He was coming off a loss. I guess Caleb. When you make that Canelo money, you don't want to go back to making like tune-up money, especially the way PBC cutting the paycheck. So, especially when they cutting the paycheck, bro. So, I don't blame him. Caleb Plant going to jump back in there, I think most people would rather see him kind of like get a tune-up or something like that. I think people like to see him get a tune-up, but hey, it is what it is. Caleb Plant jumping back in there, he could be on red because that's kind of happened with Austin Trout. Austin Trout lost to Canelo and jumped right back in there with he jumped back in there versus with Lauren, lost again, and he became an opponent. I don't want to say a journeyman, but that's pretty much what it does. He became an opponent or a journeyman, so that's something to think about too. So think about that for a minute. So, at the end of the day, it's I'm gonna go in detail about Jermall Charlo in another video later on today, man. So I'm gonna try to knock these videos out. It's my birthday weekend, so I can cruise on the day. So I'll be going to the room later and going out to eat and stuff of that nature. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he, instead of going with the plan and fighting Caleb Plant, you know what I'm saying, he turned around and, Jaime Munguia, was willing to fight. So Jaime Munguia willing to throw down and fight. It was for him, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. So they fight Jaime because they know they can beat him. And it could be a surprise. It might be harder than, what do you think it is? Could be a surprise. So June 18th, I'm thinking staying on the West Coast with the East Coast starting to ring, but they want, most Hispanics don't really, let's leave Latino, don't really travel east. That's a huge Puerto Rican population and stuff over there. Most of them don't even think about traveling east. Canelo did one time, but he never came. I don't think he planned on coming back anytime soon. A lot of them don't even like going to Mexico if they're a pool. So they're a big pool. They don't even like going to Mexico. So that's interesting, man. But good fight. I heard somebody was saying Charlo having some problems making weight, so it might be the perfect time. Got a case over holding over the Twins' head. Both of them facing different charges from the same case. So it might be the right time to knock them off. You know, a lot of people don't like their persona outside the ring, but one thing I love about them is that their persona translate out inside the ring. So they're not just tough outside the ring, and you know what I'm saying. They're not just tough outside the ring, bro. These dudes, they bring it inside and outside the ring. So that's one thing I like. They don't talk tough and then get in there and give you a snooze fest. Them niggas talk tough and get in there and they bang. And them niggas bang. So that's what I like about it. They get in there and they mix it up. So that's a dope thing about it. But here we go. Last story. Eubanks open to fighting Crawford. I love it. It will be an awesome fight. So let's go to the quote. It says, people are talking about him coming up and fighting me. Eubanks told IFL TV, listen, I love to. He's a great fighter. I think he's too small, but if he can make the weight, it would be an awesome fight. So he said, for Eubanks, more, he talked about, Eubanks said Kell only has Chris Eubanks and maybe Conor Ben. I don't think that can happen. I think that can happen. That fight doesn't make sense for him right now. Talking about Conor Ben. So I mean, of course he's gonna be open to fighting Chris Eubanks. You know, when he should be, open. Of course he's gonna be open to fight Terrence Crawford, but he should be trying to, get a belt, and that would entice Crawford to jump up, and do, most people think they're improbable. So he should be trying to jump up and get a belt and try to get it. Maybe that's the plan. Triple G could be moving up pretty soon if he get past Murata. Most people think he would. Maybe challenge the winner if he ever get a belt. Or maybe Crawford to come back and come up there. And what is that? Get a fourth division or go to 54 and get a fourth and then come get a fifth. But like I said before, athletic fighter. I mean, it's a good fight on paper, but why would Crawford jump up and fight you? The money had to be extreme, and then you don't have a belt, so it really had to be extreme. If you had a belt, a real world title, then that and the money is really good, then extremely good, then that might be a no-brainer. Because you can't box, you trying to fight like Roy, but like I said before, Crawford go up there and destroy Eubanks, appoint Eubanks, none of them niggas at 47 gonna fight him. But then the question is, can he even come back down and make 47? He probably can make 54 comfortably. So it really had to be the reward had to be worth the risk. So that's exactly what it had to be about. The reward had to be worth the risk. And the Crawford and the Errol Spence fight had to be, Errol Spence and Keith Thurman fights, it had to be totally non-existent. Jermall Charlo fight to be non-existent. Or down the road they could do it. Once he get Errol Spence or Keith Thurman, if that's possible, he can get a fight at 54. If he Charlo 54, then maybe he closes his career out. In the UK, most people say, well, Crawford saying the UK got the best fans and he dissing y'all, and I don't care about none of that. I just want to see the nigga fight. So that is what it is, man. But I knew Eubanks was gonna be down for the throwdown. Especially versus welterweight. He ain't trying to fight none of the niggas other than Triple G at his weight class, but hey. That is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the Box News playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Other than that, hit the Linktree link. You can find me everywhere on social media. From Twitter to Twitch to Spotify, everywhere else I create content at. But after that, that is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Let me know what you think in the comment section one time for the one-time piece.